Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a glorious 1v1 on Mill Road in the north of this VonIvan, fighting for the Ostfront Commanders, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the 1st Panzer Division featuring special operations with radio silence, Sturmoffiziers, infiltration tactics, Sturmgewehr 44 and the Command Panther with double infantry and Goliath bulletins. Versus south it is a Nolokos. Fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Commandant Stalin and the 5th Tank Corps. Here we've got motor, shock rifle and airborne troops. We got a double engineer constructing for Nolokos, already cluing us in this could be shock rifle or got motor more likely. We got a Kuhwagen footers out here for VonIvan. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, champions, heroes, one and all. Other people can join their lessers ranked by Patreon page or donating my PayPal. The links in the description. Finding, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing also helps out the Propagandacast. So, we're rating southwards here for the fuel point with the Kuhwagen, a motorized little move here by VonIvan. Up north, Sturmpuny and Fulters hanging in there. And we got a war spreader approach here by Nolokos with a 2nd conscript on the way there. Advancing on the center here with this hardened Soviet infantry. Point there being seized. So far very quiet here. No real clashes of yet, though there might be a potential flare up here around the centre. But nope, VonIvan is more focused on just hitting his opponent's fuel point using the Sturmparty in an aggressive disruptive way. Since of course they can't get into great effective range, they can really decimate infantry quickly with their Sturmgewehrs. And that way gain a bit of an upper hand there. So there you go. Swift push up of VonIvan. Clearly Nolokos was not ready for this. And this allows VonIvan to that way, force him to respond. In fact, he's got most of his infantry elsewhere. So that's definitely going to be a tough challenge here. Will Nolokos go for it? Or will he basically just, allow VonIvan to seize the point going, you know what, comrades? I've got better things to do. 3rd conscript there. More filters there for VonIvan. Very quiet here and there otherwise. At least cutting off the resource for the fuel point. But he definitely needs to get that fuel point back. Because otherwise he does definitely risk, that VonIvan overtakes him in terms of resources. Swift pursuit here, could when we push back by Nolokos and his infantry. Conscript they're quickly hightailing out this VonIvan strikes with this full Grenadier. East side they're moving up here with his infantry. 3rd full squad there for VonIvan, and Nolokos' base remains all silent. We got troops converging here on the fuel point, but it's about being seized here. East side there, better skirmishing. Almost got the Kuhwagen here, could definitely kill that and definitely hurt VonIvan that way. Almost, but no, falls a bit short of the full Monty. VonIvan himself, 2 cut up and elsewhere, does not immediately respond to this, allowing Nolokos to both mine and also hit the carp on the same time. Thumbs up there. At the same time, 2 squads backed up the knees, pushing for this and fuel point. He center those wide open, so VonIvan could try and turn this on its head again by swinging straight for the carp and that way disrupting Nolokos' fuel flow again. But either way, swift maneuvers here by both players. Got the fuel point there halfway fixed and grabbed. Mines up, and we can see here just Nolokos diving right on there, grabbing points and more crucially rendering them neutral, just slowing down VonIvan's economy as much as possible there. Smart and sharp play there by him. So there you go. Eastern fuel point now secured. Almost got the western birds mixed here. VonIvan drive straight for the car point. An aggressive drive here by the German army. VonIvan is a inherently aggressive player, which always tend to make him, in my opinion, a lot more interesting to watch. Sturmpuny attracting the conscripts there. Fulters following up here as well with some support here, forcing a rout here on Nolokos' infantry. 4th Fulter squad there halfway done for VonIvan. Conscript there being pushed back. Eastern makes point seized with engineers. Got the car point. And we got medics ready there for Nolokos. No commander yet though. But again, field slides got rifle. They could go for shock rifle and the shock troopers. Mines as well on the other field point. Not bad there. We got the archer getting killed in the conscripts as Ivan drops dead. More troops they're pouring in here. Another man dead here as VonIvan determinedly holds the car point. More troops surging on the point there. It's a fight for the car point. More troops arriving from practically every side. Needs more troops up there and pretty rapidly for Nolokos. They've got 1 squad pushed off. Others are basically in the east. We got the use of the foot there. We've got 1 squad pushed off. But in the end, VonIvan does pull through there. No tech yet from him. He's also got the Kuhwagen fixed up here, ready to once more fight the Bolshevik scourge. Fighting in the east there is rather boiling out there. Defending the car point with 2 squads, and we got radio silence allowing us to move about faster, and of course hide on the minimap. And there go minesweepers to detect the mines on the field point. Thumbs up there to VonIvan. Trotting away to the Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper, adding more pressure, more tempo, momentum here for the German army and the 1st Panzer Division. Has abandoned the car pump. Again, we can see their fuel points are swiftly changing hands once more here, as VonIvan is just looking to keep his opponent off guard and off edge. Thumbs up. And there you go, pushing the car on the HF thought was abandoned. Again, forgot about the radio sounds because there's still 2 squads here, meaning took that range, even though Cabot's going to be a bit tough here for Nolokos to just push off VonIvan. But there you go, pushing off the fuel point and the car point as well here. Oh, Brandhand Grenade. VonIvan is not done yet here. Leaving 1 squad here to form a blocking element here and at least buy some more time. Then again, further getting hit on resources over Nolokos. And there you go, Nolokos goes for guard motor. At this point, I think there's pretty much no other choice. T for the 45s, heavy mortars, crucially the guards rifle infantry, vehicle repair training, and marked vehicle. We clearly want them to guard to put more pressure on VonIvan's troops. We got the Belgrade headquarters there for VonIvan. He could have gone for mechanized regiment here. Meanwhile, support company for Nolokos. May try and go for the tank command next. There we go. Can start hitting those guardsmen here versus VonIvan. And immediately summons them. Bit short on the missions there with the DP light machine guns. No flamethrowers yet for the engineers. Normally you see those rather rapidly for the Soaks as they perform quite well versus the Ober Commando West. VonIvan could consider going in the Sturm Office here, but looks like not interested in that. North here we got the contrast of the Cobra wagon there. Guardsmen there. We did equip his men with the flamethrowers, so the guardsmen won't be getting any DP light machine guns anytime soon. Interesting there. Again, flamethrowers is great, but you certainly also imagine like a pair of DP light machine guns would also be pretty damn great here for Nolokos. But that's that. VonIvan ranging up here to counterattack, keep the a fuel point out of the Sotan. These flamethrowers, they're ready, but the counter goes well to retreat, and that leaves the engineers a bit frightfully exposed. Centre being seized there by Nolokos on the west side there. Guardsmen up there. Kuban could go down here as VonIvan is not pulling it out in time here against the guardsmen. Yes, there we go. Quick merge to the engineers. No, looked like a merge. There you go, flamethrower. There we go, got the merge. Sturm Pioneers routed. Nolokos stands triumphant in the east as VonIvan switches towards the west side. Kuban narrowly escapes again here. The wrath of Nolokos and the Red Army going for the fuel point again. Mine they're not dealt with. Medics, we got the mechanized post upgrade there. Troop reinforcing healing here for Nolokos. Could go more guardsmen, could go for heavy mortar. You could also course tech up. There's plenty of options here for Nolokos to choose versus VonIvan. Paths to pursue. MD35 for VonIvan and the 1st Panzer Division. Eine Maschinengewehr. Obviously at this point looking like he is not going to go for a flak half track, as I don't think going for the MD34 then. Rather plan to hit the Schwerpanzer quarters and maybe start hitting out some Obersoldaten versus Nolokos. Tank command there for the Red Army. Thumbs up there. Yeah, this match is definitely seeing some like pretty aggressive swings here in terms of map control. One side's controlling the fuel points, and then minutes later it's the other side that controls both fuel points. So both aggressive players here, both going hard at it against each other, and both beating a rather aggressive tempo. Tank trim almost done. Likely T-70 to put more pressure on VonIvan Schnell. He could also go for the anti-aircraft tower pick, I suppose, when he hasn't upgraded the guns from the DP light machine. So we get a grenade here, and there we go. White on VonIvan did turret for a grenade assault here. Still, great wipe here for Nolokos. Slows down VonIvan's momentum and overall ability to pressure the field here versus Nolokos. Now the full squad they're replacing. Mine goes off up here, killing the MD34 crew. And we do get Nolokos here with the T-70 light tank. We could also go for the Sturm Officer, but I'm assuming VonIvan is just not interested in the Sturm Officer, unfortunately. Skirmishing continues here, but I think the Fulton is going to win that one. Simply better at range and, crucially, more health. Moving in the MD34. Got the counter cruiser, we've got the flamethrower teaming in. The T-10 is almost done as well here for Nolokos versus VonIvan. There we go, counter caught with the MD34, suppressed, close being wiped out. Flamethrower using 40. Burning through the fascists rapidly, counter flanking there. Go full grenades with Sturmgewehrs ready to cover up the flank here up north point being seized there. MD near suppressed by the MD34. Will need to retreat. Almost got the MD34 crew though in return. Halfway to veteran to 1. But also halfway to death, in fact, it's now more than that. There we go. What? The MD34. That said, Nolokos has like really no way of exploiting this. Like that said, the T-70 here though could definitely add some pressure to VonIvan. That said, fortunately for VonIvan, the T-70 so far has got some pretty abysmal accuracy. But there you go, almost wiping out the full squad there. But great here for Nolokos, we've got that. Up north here, a major push here by VonIvan. Once more threatening Nolokos' fuel supply there. Academy effort to respond here to the arrival of the T-7 light tank. Very good. Garston finally getting their DP light machine guns. We'll have to see if it goes for more. We will commit to the heavy mortar. That said, I would not be surprised to see Maxims and field guns either. Flame mines down here from Nolokos. Thumbs up. Sandbags almost done with the range of fuel pump neutral. There we go. Forcing retreat here on Fanambi. But then the damage has been done. Nolokos once more stands with slightly depleted fuel stores. Fanambi's yet to take up. Folks being pursued here. Chance of wipe that is not impossible, but I think it's going to more likely just look to push more units back here under Farm's command to his base. Once more threatening the eastern fuel point. I mean, this match is so far within the first 10 minutes seen some pretty aggressive swings back and forth, honestly. Victory points wise, neither side really has a significant lead here, so really just two aggressive players. The sandbags now hit by from Nolokos on Fanam's fuel point. Bring up units to support. Could lay down some more mines here and there, I suppose. MD field for support, and there we go. We do get a maximum for Nolokos as well. Folks moving in, they're straight into the flamethrower, conscript press, but even then, there we go, force retreat, and we got the grenade assault here. Right in the engineer, causing quite a bit of damage there, killing Dimitri and forcing the other two to retreat before they get murdered like Boris. Norfolk Kuban engaged in the conscripts, folks following up here as well. Vechi to gain the Kubalwagen. Southern fuel point seized there by Nolokos. Frontovix will need to retreat. They're halfway to the ace level, but they're also quite close to death. Seems continuing meanwhile to be a massive threat here to Fanaiman's infantry. Like Kednev is slowly trying to pursue here, but he's not quite catching up with this nimble murder machine under Nolokos' command. And the center guards from there routing the Sturm pioneers with ease. No further tech here for Nolokos or guards from the heavy mortars. Of course, we have the Maxim. Probably need a field gun soon. Fanaiman needs enough as yet to take up. I would say at this point he definitely has the resource. Then maybe push out some orbital dart here versus Nolokos. But Fanaiman's interests and priorities clearly are not focused on that. Now we have the Maxim and machine gun team here to put pressure on Fanaiman return. No sign of artillery here from either player. There are mortars, no Lactin Fantiker Schutz. There we go, force out in the open there. Again, as the threat of the incendiary grenades, just lots of grenades for the windows, compels Nolokos to vacate the premises. Still, Nolokos looking much more solid now here as VonIvan. We got 362 versus 130. In this regard, Nolokos definitely has a much bigger victory point lead on VonIvan now. Assault was ready. Tank can't summoning silent here. You could consider going here for the mobilized reserves upgrade, push some extra tougher conscripts now, but it probably won't. But again, so far Nolokos perhaps seems a bit stuck in for now, not entirely sure which path to take. We'll have to see. Kuban being used as a spotter, thumbs at the VonIvan. South side there, VonIvan is beating Nolokos, I think, for the most part, but there's a threat here on the flank with the T-70, and needs to bring up as well there. Guards, of course, proving to be a hard point there, which VonIvan's forces can't easily push through. And the Maxim is flanking VonIvan's machine gun and the chemical crew, causing quite a bit of damage. You would actually, I think, pop sustained fire for some extra damage here. And there you go. Southern flank actually turning out in Nolokos' favour as VonIvan did not have enough forces, allowing here to push through. There you go. Grenade assault. Routes the assault here, negating the breakthrough here by Nolokos and buying some time. But still, the overall pressure on VonIvan's southern flank remains heavy in the retreat like Kednev here. There's a complete threat of a collapse and the fuel pond falling back into the hands of the Red Army, allowing the Nolokos to pull ahead. We finally got the truck there, by the way, for VonIvan. Finally going to take up here. Up north, increasing grab points away here. T-70 wards, Pantherfaust here. The Volkswagen can spy a bit of time here, but it's not going to last long until he just brings up more troops and flush them out anyways. Guards could push for the car point there, perhaps, but they also don't help, so probably not. Still, the pressure here on VonIvan is intense. His forces have been routed, and also the troops now need to reinforce. Well, actually, not that many when I look at it. At least they've been done, but, still also adds pressure there to take up then, as there's less resources to do that. Nolokos, meanwhile, could consider taking up, and there we go. Mechanized Armor Company. Thumbs up. Guards was the foot's going to do is there. Advancing on the southern fuel victory point there. Up north, and he's about to have a nasty encounter with the Volksgrenadiers. T-7 flanking the Volksgrenadiers. We've got halfway to Vetchi 2. Mechanized Armor Company there. Halfway done for Nolokos. VonIvan, Schwer, Punted quarters being set up there, more or less at the entrance. Sandbag stun, grab more points here. Nolokos just keeps up then intense pressure on VonIvan and the German army. Northeast Guardsmen probably should have shit. At this point, they're so low on health that it's going to take, at this point, a German sneeze to just, kill them all. Still, thumbs up there to all the hard work they did for Nolokos. They're constantly on the flank, but taking some heavy fire there from the assault rifles and the Coh2 case. It is, I think, retreat there for Nolokos Frontovics of North here. An attempt to hit the fuel victory point there is quickly thwarted by Nolokos' T-70 light tank. Almost getting a wipe then, achieving victory in the process. So we've got 301 versus 433. VonIvan is starting to bleed out rapidly. And Nolokos here could churn out a fast T-34 from 6 or go for the T-35. I imagine VonIvan there if we're going to go for a Panther 4 model J. Or we could, I suppose, try and out for the Command Panther versus Nolokos. There goes his 3 Division Field Gun. And Nolokos definitely concerned about German armor. Which he rightfully should be, obviously. Reinforcing healing. Guardsman good to go there. 10 kills, Resident 2. T-70 repaired here. Field gun almost done. And then again, we'll have to see which of the two choices of 9 goes for. We've seen no Obersoldatenbauer and still no Sturmoffizier from him. Bit of a shame that one, as I do think he is a fairly good unit. Guardsman there. Catching VonIvan's little flank in the Maxim, but will there be enough? We also got mines here. Not a bad deal there, honestly, by Nolokos. Grenade Assault T, definitely making great use of that one. Really good ability, which tend to get a look, but people like to make use of these commanders because for 20 munitions, a lot of grenades can be quite impactful in the right place. PTOS drop T, T's moving in. Could try and, sneak about here to threaten the retreat path more, though, of course, the potential of Kenner could be hardening him. We do see, in fact, moving up there, making that slightly more hazardous, but it is a consideration there. Close again, that T-3045. Again, he could go for the T-34 from 6 now for more pressure, but if VonIvan goes for the Panther 4 model year like anything, the T-3045 is just better. You definitely need to be a lot further ahead, I think, for the T-34 from 6 now to make sense. As for VonIvan, it's starting to look very much like a Command Panther here from him. Kubelwagen reaching Destiny 3, counter-rushing forwards there. We do get the mobilized reserves, damaging the Kubelwagen, stunning crew, discombobulating them. Regular incendiary grenade here, no grenade assaults up there. In fact, it is more expensive than grenade assault. Obviously, the grenade assault also has a massive cooldown on it, but it's slightly amusing to think about. VonIvan getting close to that Command Panther. Die Befehlspanzerkampfwagen 5. Got 226 for 453. I mean, Nolokos now really has a strong victory point of VonIvan, but in other ways, VonIvan is definitely keeping Nolokos in check and ensuring he doesn't get, unchecked success on every front. He's moving towards the centre here. Looks like he could threaten a push on the carpet. Of course, the Schwerpunkt quarters will thwart that somewhat. Kubelwagen Vetri 3 by conducting self-repairs is also half-8 to Vetri 4. Thumbs up there, I guess, for VonIvan's unit preservation on that account. Rare to see a Kubelwagen do so well in a 1v1 at that. VonIvan's Kubelwagen at that. More or less fixed. Need to get the full Sturmpanzer really fully reinforced. Guess he moved these units too fast. Our way. Kubelwagen is good to go onto service of Deutschland, but there you go, threatening the southern fuel point again. We do get the T-35 on the way, but now the Command Panthers arrived here for VonIvan and the German army. Deutschland vorwärts. Launching his forces in a desperate attempt to keep the southern victory point out of Nolokos' hands for at least a bit longer. Definitely a bit risky by VonIvan. I mean, he's extending several fairly damaged units already that could easily be wiped by a single lucky shot here from Nolokos. There you go, rushing in with the Command Panther. Kubelwagen very close, Vetri 4. Pendulum Mountain Machine almost on the Panther. Up north here we got the Fulters of the Engineer Squad there. Quick retreat though. Thumbs up to Nolokos there. T-35 is almost done. We got mines here. There you go, caught here by VonIvan's men. That mine will not be going down, I think. There we go. Kubelwagen reaches Vetri 4. We might see an ace Kubelwagen here for VonIvan. An ace Kubelwagen, ladies and gentlemen. Maxim firing at the Volkskriegs's got the T-35 coming up here. For the glory of the Red Army. Panther wing forwärts against the Maxim machine gun crew. They got the field moving in here. How will von Ivan respond to this? He will disengage with the Command Panther. That said, he is flanking up there. Could flank with the machine gun. We got a machine gun up. He got Fulton. We've got a Kenmev. We've got a large engagement brewing up now here between von Ivan and Nolokos. And there you go. Pushing with the Command Panther. Feeling something up here. Fulton's being suppressed due to the maximum suppression of the machine. Blah. Nearby machine gun crew spoke too fast there. My apologies. T-34-85 backing off here. Command Panther backing off here. Looks like von Ivan, despite everything, gets hit on this engagement and at least secures the southern victory point once more, but at a fairly high cost. And he's down to 143 versus his opponent's 433. That's a bit of a victory point gap that I think von Ivan may want to consider getting closed out soon. Koh2 there, though. Running a bit passive. And of course, may want to consider fixing up the Command Panther a bit here. Looks like the Sturm Punishment to fix that problem exactly. In the south, the forces slowly pressuring ahead. And we do get now heavy mortar team up for Nolokos, adding more pressure to von Ivan, of course, with some fairly cost-efficient artillery. And he is comfortable going against the southern Volker squad here, and without further support, that squad will have to retreat, in particular with that flamethrower. Particularly with the Con squad nearby, they can just merge with their engineers. T-35 they're running right here for Nolokos and the Red Army. Still overall enjoying most of the map here. And they got the Kevin with T-35, confident in the centre, backed up with the new engineers, but straight into the MD-34 here, which is close to it. For the Koh2 there, gaining a bit of experience, but there you go. Machine crew gets utterly annihilated here by Nolokos. No mercy shown here. Command Panther lands a great hit. Moving forwards, Koh2 of course gaining a bit of experience again from all that engagement. Command Panther got the T-35, since with the coordinated fire ability, it does more damage per shot, meaning it can take out the T-35 in just 4 shots. It's also why heat shells are fairly popular with the Oval Commander Vest, because against all the Gart motor, these two abilities allow you to more easily deal with those T-35 in terms of just like, you know, how much damage you need to deal. Guards there caught out in the upper, the Sturm unit, the Fulton Panther down to half health almost. Still good push of von Ivan, throws off Nolokos. His tank advantage is now nothing but smoke and ashes. As von Ivan in the first Panzer Division moves ahead, shattering field guns, seizing points. Of course, there's still multiple victory points to seize here. But getting rid of both the T-35 and the field gun is definitely a big help to von Ivan here, and definitely leaves Nolokos a bit worse for wear. Koh2 almost ace level there. Oh dear, it's under the supervision of the Command Panther. This is Hauptmann Jürgen, little Kugelwagen, I need you to shoot slightly to the left. Jawohl. Good. Northern point is seized. Now for 9 steps more on the offensive as Nolokos. Koh2 moving in here again to assist by just existing. More like a mascot at this point than anything. Oberseiten squad here for von Ivan, thumbs up. Okay, mortified the landing in the Command Panther. We got very close to on that Befehlspanzerkampfwagen 5. Sniping at the guardsman, could definitely do some repairs on that one. So we got 90 versus 430. A massive gap then, big 2 points. Ladies and gentlemen, there goes straight to the guard squad here. Engineers also unleashing hell upon the Volkers, forcing back the squad there. Nolokos shows no mercy in the face of the fascist invader. Oberson squad moving forward, still will he go for the infantry assault rifles, or will he go for the LMG 50? No, cancels it. He is going for the infantry Sturmgewehrs. Thumbs up there to von Ivan. He's a Sturmgewehr man. Fixing up the Command Panther. Koh2 might want to move a bit away here, so at least assist elsewhere. And of course try and reach the ace level. There you go, Max caught here by the near ace level Koh2. Oh, close, so close. So close. You can almost hear the iron crosses jangling off their uniforms. Guard secure at the center here. Nolokos quick to re-establish here frontline order and integrity versus the Germans. Von Ivan here lining up the 1st Panzer Division for another assault. There you go, Koh2 probes a bit. Still so close to the ace level. There we go. So Fred, there you go. Ace level gained, opening up for suppressor fire. Panther, there you go. Kubwagen suppresses the conscript squad. In the center there, filtering up against Maxim and Guard Squad there. Brandhand Granada there, burning through the Maxim crew in the south here. We can see Nolokos lines definitely more extended here versus Phenomenus bringing in more tanks, and Nolokos has yet to bring in more armor. You know, tank destroyer. Definitely another side here by Nolokos, and definitely something I think Phenomenus can now beautifully exploit here, not just for the Command Panther and Panzer IV, but of course the Ace Kubelwagen. Up north they got the Orbital down here with the Sturmgewehr quickly making short work of the conscript, except there's also T-70 quickly putting a stop to that dream. The Kenma crew being utterly annihilated here by Nolokos. He's also grabbed the Indian for from Phenomenus. I missed that at some point. Haymore to finish off as well there. We got 2 kills on that in the south. Sturmpunia defenders on the victory point. Command Panther pushes forward there. 15 kills versus the Soviets. Haymore to fire there this time, not doing too much here. Maxim's on the 5th Panzerkampfwagen. Buttoning up, that makes it difficult for it to respond though. There we go. As soon as that wears off, the guards from the machine crew there definitely top against the Panthers' machine guns. Nolokos finally bring in another tank, but at this point though, things are getting dicey as we got, of course, the Ace Kubelwagen, but also now the arrival of the Panther IV here versus Nolokos and the Red Army. 18 kills in the Command Panther, contract straight at it, full supply and carbon fire here as well. The South there, Kuban continue to do what he can against the conscripts, suppressing them again. Panther IV on the move here. T-7 is the Command Panther. There we go. We got a combat blitz here. There we go. Main gun knocked out as the Panther trundles forwards. Straight to mine, but it's not enough to save the T-70, which combusts in the south here. The Panther IV routes it, but the Kubelwagen is down. A tragic loss for the German army and the German peoples. Command Panther is close to Veteran 2 there. Conscripts the Panther IV definitely in trouble. That said, he's down to 62 versus opponent's 47. There is still a significant victory point gap between the two commanders. Got the Orbital moving forwards here with the Inflict Sturmgewehrs. What was known as the Vampire Sight. And that backpack, there's basically the battery. Batteries back then, by the way, were massive. Need to fix up the Command Panther. Panther IV there with 3 kills, getting better support there from the Command Panthers. Alright. Season the Sun, the victory point. We got a 56 versus 407. See from Delano found the Command Panther. Good hit here, very close to Veteran 2. And continue charging forwards. Panther fast and the T-35 there, moving forwards here. Panther IV could also raise in, could even like power some chunk flank up here. Though, of course, the concern about more mines may deter him from doing exactly that. And of course, obviously, what Phenomenon does exactly. We got 56 for 107. All points out of the neutral being seized by Phenomenon. Gardner take a devastating blow there. High close shell shatters them. Panther dives straight into another mine. These mines have been paying off somewhat for Nolokos, but right now the lack of field guns and more tanks is activating. He can't really fully exploit against all of Phenomenon's armor. And there you go. The front line is basically collapsing as the lack of anti-tank assets allows Phenomenon's Panzerwaffe to wreak utter havoc here on Nolokos. So by getting rid of the field gun, Phenomenon really got a big advantage of Nolokos, and Nolokos, interesting enough, has not replaced the field gun, which is actually quite a sizable, like, sort of oversight. Particularly, he hasn't really gone for HE-5s either, so. There we go, Betty's in the Command Panther, constantly being mauled here with the machine guns of the Panther. T-5's going for it, there we go, good hit there on the rear armor. Panther IV just remaining there. We got 56 versus 386. Got the Orbital down there, basically up north here. Fun fact, they also had infrared sights for the Panthers, and I believe they maybe planned something for the Yak Panthers, or at least for the Panthers, they actually had these infrared sights as well there. So, fun fact, obviously in a bigger scale than what the Orbital Durban used in the infrared Sturmgewehrs there. Nice shot there. In the south, we got the photogram of the southern point here. Gets one gained. Machine gun crew there wiped out, allowing Phenomenon to claim it for Deutschland once more. Instead, he destroys it, having been apparently sullied by socialist hands. Phenomenon wants nothing to do with it. Brandhand Gunnar then having more to Command Panther pushing forwards there. Blitzkrieg maneuver here, dashing ahead here for the Reich. Going straight for the T-35 there. Almost got it. Panther IV supporting. Almost got the T-34-85. One more shot and it's going to go down. You got Mark caught it fine there. Go the T-35 combusts as the high explosive shell there impacts with the engine. That Nolokos is actually looking pretty worse off here now against VonIvan. He's got 9 tank weapons, got Roman, with that Nolokos surrenders. Beaten here by VonIvan and the German Panzerwaffe. It is a rather spectacular back and forth fight here. In the end, Nolokos wasn't quite able to leverage his resources in time here and fail, I think, to then bring in more counters to VonIvan's armor. He also probably wasn't expecting the Command Panther and its coordinated fire ability, which again really just allows to take out tanks much faster. Which is actually, again, a pretty big deal. I saw the rest of the T-35, and that, I think, messed up Nolokos' calculations. But not replacing those field guns, bringing in tank destroyers at that stage, I think, was sort of rather would end up sealing Nolokos' fate here as VonIvan. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Links, and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll talk tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.